So, gas guns, they're a lot of fun, but they do require a bit more maintenance. And that's what we're going to go over in today's video, how to maintain some of the most common pistols on the market. Check it out. Okay, let's start off with one of the most important parts of the pistol, the magazine. So, we're going to go over filling. Now there's two main variants, a green gas magazine, which is filled with a bottle just like this, or a CO2 magazine, which takes a cartridge like this. Now, the green gas magazine can just be filled by placing the magazine upside down, the green gas upside down, and holding it into the fill valve for about 10 seconds. It will vary based off what sort of pistol you've got. Definitely talk to whoever you purchase your pistol from about exactly how to fill your magazine, but this will apply to most. Now, this green gas has lubrication mixed in, so this is ready to go now with lube and gas in the magazine. For CO2, it's a bit different. CO2 is a dry gas, and you want to put a little bit of lubrication in it with the CO2 as well. So you can remove the base plate by pulling down on this notch and removing the base plate. You'll then find the cap for where the CO2 is going to go. You can remove that with an Allen key that should normally be included. From there, you want to take your CO2 cartridge, and we recommend Waldo Lube for most pistols application, but any silicon-based lubrication will be alright. Placing a droplet on the top of the CO2 where it will be pierced helps keep the gas that is going through your pistol lubricated. So you then want to drop that into your pistol, replace the cap, making sure that you get the threads nicely seated and in the proper position, and tighten slowly until you hear the stab pierce. So now tightening until we hear it pierced, and then you just want to tighten another half turn until it stops leaking, and you're good to go. That is how to fill a CO2 and green gas magazine. Now that you're gassed up, let's go over quickly how to fill it with BBs. So just using the green gas magazine for example, you can pull down the follower here, take a speed loader like this, and place the BBs inside. Now while you're doing this, you want to try and maintain a perfect left-right stack. If it is a double stack magazine, this will get you the best performance out of your pistol. Now it's important to note that when you're storing these magazines, a green gas magazine should always be stored with green gas inside of it. This keeps pressure on the seals and stops leaks from developing. With a CO2 one, you shouldn't leave a CO2 cartridge in it for extended periods of time. Any magazine when you're storing it, never leave BBs inside. This will weaken the spring and cause problems with lockback and feeding. So you can either shoot it out or take the end of your speed loader. Alright, so last thing to note with magazines is common points of wear and common things to break. So the first thing is if it is going to develop a leak, it will likely be from the fill valve, the gas release seal up here, or the gas release valve here. If it does start leaking, identify where it's from and pop into your local shop or do some online research to find out what part you might need to replace, or whether it is just as simple as tightening it down or relubing it O-ring. If you do need help with this, definitely get in touch with us. The last thing to remember about what can break on these is, unlike your favourite AEG mags, these here are pretty fragile. Because they have plastic feed lips and a lot of weight behind them, if they do fall out of your pistol or a mag pouch, the feed lips can break. They are fragile plastic which is designed to flex when the BB needs to be loaded into the pistol. So if it does fall, make sure to check it for any cracks or bends that could prevent it from feeding properly in your pistol and causing issues. Now onto the pistols. So in front of me I have two of the most popular pistols on the market, or these popular platforms, which is the Glock 17s and the Hi-Capa or 2011s. Alright, so taking these bad boys apart. First of all, remove the magazines and ensure that there isn't a BB in the chamber for safety. Once you've done that, on the Hi-Capa, you pull the slide back until you find the notch that lines up with the slide lock, push the slide lock out, and remove the slide. This gives you access to the internals and the two main parts, the slide and frame. On the Glock 17, very similar, rack the pistol, take down pin on either side, slide the slide off, and that also gives you access to the two main parts, slide and frame. Once you're in here, you have access to the hop-up units, which I'll show to you guys just here. Hop-up controls the backspin on the BB, which will then control how far your BB can fly. You want to adjust this arm based off what BB weight and what BB gas you have in small increments until your BB has a flat trajectory, and we'll put an image of what ideally this will look like on screen now. So that is your hop-up, and that is how you access and adjust it. Now onto how to maintain your pistol. On a Hi-Capa platform, you want to take your pistol, wipe away any excess gunk or lube from previous lubrications, take what we recommend, which is the Waldo Yellow, although any silicone-based lube will be better than nothing for your pistol, and put a drop on the frame at the front and the rear. This is enough for this pistol, and then replace the slide and rack it through to spread the lube. So same with lubricating your Glock. You want to put a few dabs at the front rails, just a small dot, and a few on the rear rails, and then replace the slide and rack it through. Now that's every time you notice your pistol is dry. You want to take it apart, clean off any old gunk, and do that. Some other things to check, but don't always need to be lubricated, is your nozzle. So to check this, pull your hop up forward, take your nozzle and gently pull it, and make sure that the spring is still strong enough to return it properly, and also ensure the O-ring inside of there is well lubricated and is sealing properly. If it's not, this can cause problems with your pistol that can lead to other issues down the line. So that's the main things to check when you remove the slide. To adjust your hop up, make sure that there's lube on any parts that interact with each other, and make sure that your nozzle is okay. Some common issues that people can have with gas blowback pistols that I just want to go over in this video as well is the pistol feeling low power or going intermittently full auto out of the blue, some people sometimes feel, and that is caused by really cold magazines. So something to keep aware of is obviously these mags are holding a pressurized gas, and gas is affected by temperature. So when you're shooting them and the gas is rapidly exiting the magazine, it's going to cool down very quickly if you're shooting very fast. Now a rapid drop in pressure means a rapid drop in temperature, and a drop in temperature inherently means a drop in pressure in the magazine. So if your mag comes out of the gun and feels very cold, then that's going to lead to issues with the pistol not having a high enough pressure gas to perform properly, which can lead to improper cycling or the pistol not resetting and going full auto. So if you are having that problem, it can be caused by that. So just to recap on some of the major basics of owning a gas blowback pistol: always leave green gas in your green gas magazines. Don't store CO2 in your CO2 mags for an extended period of times. Never leave BBs inside of your magazine as it will weaken the spring, and always ensure to keep your pistol lubed. And if you have any questions, especially about a particular model of pistol, feel free to get in touch with us or your local store or local tech at your club or where you play for help, and make sure to maintain your airsoft gear for maximum experience. Get out to the field today, wear iPro, have fun, can't wait to see you. Cheers guys. Store it with gas inside. This keeps pressure on the seals, which helps stop there. So, time to look at the camera never stopped rolling. That's why you gotta be gentle with your mags. Bro, was that recording? Do as I say, not as I do, team.